Hello all. In this session, we are going to study regarding about the language processing system and what are the phases that we are going to have in the language processing system. In detail, we are going to see today. So first one in the language processing system, first we are going to have the preprocessor. So what is the work of the preprocessor during the language processing system? So here preprocessor is nothing but where the user wrote the source program, which is the input to the preprocessor is nothing but the high level language. In the high level language, if you are having any hash include files or any directories, that is including files, so that type of the directories are going to be replaced with the other files. We are not removing anything, we are replacing that header files by the another commands. So here I have defined that hash defined. So this directive by using the macro expansion and hash include. So here this preprocessor replaces with the whatever the code it consisting in the program. So what is the task of the preprocessor here? It performs the two different types of the operations. That is, the first one is a file inclusion technique and the next one is a macro processing. So here what is a file inclusion is? File inclusion is nothing but wherever you are having this hash include functions or hash define functions that are going to be replaced by using the concept called as a file inclusion functions. And whereas comes to here macro processing, what is mean by that? We can call it as a macro processing augmentation or macro expansion also. So here macro expansion is nothing but, suppose in the program if we are going to have hash define max functions where we are going to use the global variables, at that situation it is going to be replaced by the concept called as a macro expansion. So the next phase of the language processing, generally we are going to study that is a compiler. So it is nothing but already we have learned about the compiler, that is used for translating the high level language to the low level language in the form of the mnemonics, that is a add move instructions. Next one we are going to have the assemblers. So the next phase of the compiler is the assemblers. Assembler is nothing but which translates the low level language to the machine code. So it will generate the relocatable machine code. As I said in the previous video, we are having the two different types of the machine codes. One is a absolute machine code, one is a relocatable machine code. So in the assemblers, maximum number of times it is going to be used only the relocatable machine code. Why we are not using that absolute machine code means absolute is nothing but the static type where we have what stored in the memory, at that state only we are going to use. But whereas comes to here relocatable machine code, it can be locates anywhere in the given program. So here the next phase of the assembler is nothing but the loader and the linker. So the name itself, here we can think of what is meant by the loading. Loading is nothing but whatever the input we are going to, that is whatever the output we are going to get from the assembler, that assembler output is going to be loaded into the memory by using the concept called as a loader. And here in the assembler we said that it will generate the relocatable machine code. So relocatable machine code is nothing but the subprograms we are going to have in the single program. So to make the connectivity between these subprograms, here the concept we have used called as a linker. That is, the loader and the linker work in the language processing system. So that is, it can be loaded at any time and runtime, and all the library functions will be loaded and the linked to the program. And finally, we will get the machine code. So here, a loader is a program that places programs into the memory and prepares them for the execution. Linking is nothing but which combines the subprograms into the single program to execute the particular given program. So here linker will combine all the object modules and give it to the loader for loading it in the memory. So that is the task of the language processing system, where we are going to have the preprocessor, compiler, assemblers, loader and the linker. Right? So these all are the different types of the language processing system phases. And now here we are going to have the C program. Suppose let us take the output of each and every phase. Here we are going to see. So C program, which is I wrote in the high level language source program, and now the compiler will translate the program into the low level language, that is nothing but the assembly language. So now here after converting into the assembly level language, it will be into the machine code. That is, assembler translate this low level language into the machine code. And here loader linker links all the parts of the program together for the execution, and loaders will, after linking all the parts of the program, loader will loads into the memory and the program is going to be executed. So these process we are going to happen in the language processing system. Thank you.